To even imagine that we're here in France and then to say that now we're on Juno Beach, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, we were just in a German bunker where there were people shooting at Canadians like 70 years ago. So it's amazing to be here.
Bali, Anguerny et Anisy le premier jour.
Okay, so it shows their path of where they went, and all those, the names on there, the Vimy and all that, is the places that they freed that day.
Voilà. Et cette gravure-là.
But he's certainly not forgotten. And again, this is just an example of the remembrance that we have for what he did on, he gave his life on July 8th, 1944.
My great-great-uncle, his name is Sidney Hale. He's from Westville, Nova Scotia. He was one of 9 kids. But I believe he was the only one who served overseas. He fought in the 3rd Battle of Ypres, I believe. And honestly, I didn't even know he existed until last summer. It was just, and it's so amazing to research him because I never knew that I had any relatives in the war before.
Not extremely thick armor, but the crew was fairly well defended.
Coming in this museum and going through that Holocaust was the most emotional thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just, you don't know what to say after you come out of that. It was just very depressing, but amazing. I was not expecting to feel any of the emotions that I felt so far. Like I really didn't.
Pocked with shell holes and mine craters, laced with torn and tangled remnants of German wire, everywhere underfoot the slime and liquid mud, shell-churned and drenched with rain and snow.
It's hard to understand, because even when you see that, it's like, how could anyone think that was okay?
I wanted to go to Europe, just very simply. I had the chance 2 years ago, and my sister went instead, and so I got the chance this year, and that was just a big deal for me to go and see the history of Europe and right in front of my eyes and things like that. But the other part of it was researching my family history and being able to see it before my own eyes. The veteran that I researched from my own heritage, Sidney Hale, although we didn't get the chance to visit his cemetery, just being in the area where, close by to where he was buried, just gives you that feeling that yes, I will come back here, and this is a part of my life now, and I will come back here and I'll be able to commemorate him properly. It was such a huge deal to be there with so many other thousands of Canadian students. The significance of that was huge, especially for me and another one of the students, Adam Gallant, when we got to carry wreaths to one of the cenotaphs for a ceremony, and that was a big moment for the both of us. And it's just huge to to be able to do something like that in front of all the thousands of students who have put in the time and the money and the care to go on a trip like that. The fact that thousands of students care enough about their ancestors to go thousands of kilometers to do this trip is amazing. You know, you can say that, you know, they only went because they wanted to see Europe, but they had to do work to get there, they had to do projects, and a majority of their trip was not spent touring. It was spent in cemeteries and reading the names on the graves and things like that. So the significance of this trip to the youth of Canada, not only those who went, but those who they will affect when they go home, is absolutely huge.